currently in front of my hostel and I'm waiting for my tour guide to pick me up. I arrived in Bandung yesterday and today I'm doing a tour down south, which I'm very excited about. This has been on my bucket list quite high for Indonesia. We are currently on the way back. I didn't really film much because it was just him and I, because the second person cancelled, which means that filming felt very awkward. But we're currently on the way back. It was an amazing day. This tour cost me 990,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is about 60 euros, which is well worth it in my opinion. So I'm gonna do a quick recap and then explain everything that we did and just overlay it with the footage of today, because like I said, filming felt very awkward. Alright, so I'm currently in a new hostel in the future, but I did a really bad job at capturing this tour. However, let me explain what happened. So basically he picked me up at 7:30 and we drove out of the city. Our first stop was White Crater, except for the rest of the way you have to use public transport and it doesn't leave until it's full, and there were no other people there at the time, so you'd have to wait for a long time. And we decided to instead first visit further away, which was Cibuni Rengganis crater, these hot springs coming out of the ground. You could take a walk around. There's a really bad sulfur smell that's gonna stick in your nose, but it's really amazing. There's smoke coming from everywhere. There's 3 pools, one hot, medium and cold-ish, but all 3 were very hot. You could swim there, but I was the only person in the tour, so I decided not to. Plus it was very hot, so it's not much of a swim. It would have been more like dipping your toes in the water. We just had a walk around. You could also take mud baths there, which a lot of people would do. There weren't a lot of people. There was like one local couple with their child, and that was it. So we had a walk around, went back to the car, and then we visited a strawberry farm, which was really cool. All of these strawberries, there were so many strawberry farms, and along the way we saw lots of tea plantations. So at this strawberry farm you can go ahead and get a basket, pick some strawberries yourself, and then we didn't end up picking. We just each took one and we tried it. It were really nice, just good quality strawberries. Now after the strawberry farm we headed to the tea plantation, which was just amazing. There's these acres and acres of fields with tea plantations, tea leaves, and they use this electrical machine to take it all off, and then it takes 40 days for them to grow back again, and then after those 40 days you have to do it all over again. And you see a lot of people working on them. Really cool to see. Then we headed to the White Crater, which was the place that I was most excited about, and to be fair, pretty much the only reason I booked the tour. I also really wanted to see Cibuni Rengganis, but most importantly the White Crater. And we just had a walk around and it was absolutely amazing, out of this world, unlike any other place I've ever been. It looks eerie, mysterious, and the locals believe it's haunted, which is really cool, and I can understand why. It looks kind of haunted. Now we just walked around, took a few photos, and when I say few I mean a lot. Then these locals came up to me and asked me for some pictures, and I later asked my guide why people wanted to take pictures with me, because there were also 3 guys in Jakarta who wanted to take pictures with me, and he explained it like you're an actress, which I assume he means like you're famous. He said you're Caucasian, you are, well, I'm not blonde, but I'm blonder than most people here. I'm tall compared to the height here. I'm Western, so a lot of people wanted to take pictures with me, so we took some group photos, then we did individual photos, and then the photographer also wanted a picture with me. It was really fun, and at the time my guide was taking a picture of me, so he took one of the group as well, which I will show somewhere on the screen. It was a really fun experience, and everybody here is so nice and so kind. I absolutely love it. Now after the White Crater they advise you to only be there for about 15 minutes because of the sulfur. After about 15 minutes we left, and because we were done pretty early because it was just me, we decided to go to a coffee farm, which was really cool, and it wasn't initially on the tour, but we had some time left, so we went to this coffee farm where basically there are these animals, I'm not entirely sure what kind of animals, but they eat these berries, and the seed inside they poop out, which is what's used as a coffee bean. So they dry it, wash it, clean it, and then that's used to make the coffee, which was a really fun and interesting process to see. After that, we just had some lunch, and then we drove back to the city. I would highly recommend anyone to come to Bandung. It was such an amazing experience, really cool, and I saw only one Western couple there. It was all just local tourists, so I feel like it was a good experience. I will say, afterwards I went to bed, and first of all I had a major headache from the altitude. We were up about 2,000 meters, which where I'm from, we live 1.5 meters below sea level, so that's a big difference. So I had a little bit of, not altitude sickness, but I did get a little bit of a headache. And then aside from that, I am pretty sure that the sulfur smell is going to be in my nose for the next 4 days. On top of that, my eyes were burning, which is why today I have been wearing my glasses. And after a night's sleep, the headache is gone and my eyes are feeling much better. So I'm sure I can wear my contact lenses again tomorrow. And I'm hoping the smell in my nose will go away. I assume it will, but it was a really cool experience and a great day. And I cannot believe that that is Indonesia. Amazing experience.